The Global Chessboard, how geopolitics shapes London's financial destiny. The city of London feels eternal. Its towers rise above centuries of history. Its markets move trillions at a rhythm the world depends on. But no financial empire exists in isolation. London's power does not come from money alone. It comes from its position on the global chessboard, a place where nations compete, alliances shift, and political tensions shape the flow of capital. The city's destiny is written not only in numbers, but in geopolitics. For centuries, London grew by aligning itself with the currents of global power. In the age of empires, it was a financial engine of Britain's colonial reach. In the 20th century, it stood between the United States and Europe, becoming a bridge between the world's largest markets. Today, it sits in the middle of a new era, one defined not by territory, but by influence, competition, and uncertainty. The first influence on London's financial future comes from the United States. The dollar remains the world's dominant currency. Wall Street is London's greatest rival, and at the same time, its closest ally. When American policy shifts, when interest rates rise, when sanctions are imposed, when new regulations appear, London reacts instantly. The two financial giants are interlinked. A decision in Washington can change the cost of borrowing in London within minutes. A crisis in New York can ripple through the square mile before traders finish their morning coffee. But London is not only tied to the United States, it is tied to Europe, and that tie has grown more complicated. Brexit marked a turning point. For decades, London was a financial gateway to the European Union. Banks headquartered in London served clients from Lisbon to Helsinki. But after Brexit, Europe began building its own financial hubs, Frankfurt, Paris, Amsterdam, each hoping to pull business away from the city. Yet despite predictions of London's decline, the city remains resilient. Its legal system, deep liquidity, and international networks continue to attract global capital. The competition is real, but the city is not giving up its crown easily. Beyond the West, another force shapes London's destiny: the rise of Asia. China's financial power grows each year. Singapore and Hong Kong attract wealth at extraordinary speed. Middle Eastern sovereign funds deploy capital on a scale once unimaginable. London sits at the intersection of these forces. It acts as a neutral meeting point, a place where Chinese investors buy into European markets, where Gulf sovereign funds manage their global portfolios, and where global institutions negotiate deals between East and West. London's ability to remain open, neutral, and globally connected is one of its greatest strengths, but also one of its greatest vulnerabilities. Geopolitical tension does not just shape alliances, it shapes money itself. When governments impose sanctions, London must enforce them. When conflicts erupt, markets in the city react instantly. When supply chains break, commodity prices surge. When global trust fractures, capital seeks safety, often in London, sometimes away from it. Every international crisis leaves a mark on the city in bond yields, currency flows, and risk calculations. Sanctions have become one of the most powerful tools of modern geopolitics. They reshape where wealth can move, where assets can be held, and which banks can operate in global markets. London plays a central role in implementing these restrictions. The city becomes both an enforcer and a battleground, catching illicit flows, freezing assets, and redirecting capital away from sanctioned states. This responsibility gives London influence, but it also brings political pressure. Energy politics is another powerful force. Oil and gas wealth, especially from the Middle East, flows heavily through London's financial institutions. When energy markets fluctuate through conflict, policy, or technological change, London feels the turbulence first. A shift in OPEC strategy, a disruption in global supply, or a move toward renewable energy can alter the balance of capital flowing into the city. Even technology shapes geopolitics, and thus London's financial future. The race for dominance in artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, digital currencies, and quantum computing will redefine which nations control the next era of global finance. London stands at a crossroads, a leader in fintech, yet increasingly pressured by superpowers with far larger resources. Behind all of this lies one core reality. London's financial power depends on stability, political, legal, and economic, but the world is becoming less stable. Alliances shift faster, crises emerge more frequently, and the lines between economics and politics blur more every year. The city must navigate a world where markets are influenced not only by numbers, but by conflicts, elections, sanctions, and global rivalry. Yet despite these challenges, London remains one of the most trusted financial centers on Earth. Its strength lies in its ability to adapt, to survive wars, collapses, revolutions, and restructurings. The city has been rebuilt many times, from fire and disease, from economic turmoil and political upheaval. Each time, it emerged stronger, more connected, more global. The next chapter of London's financial story will not be written solely by bankers or traders. It will be written by nations, by rivalries, by global forces competing for influence on the world stage. The city is both a participant and a prize in this geopolitical game, powerful, strategic, and deeply intertwined with the fate of the world. In the next episode of Cinematic London Finance Chronicles, we explore the future, the possibilities, the risks, and the coming transformations that will shape what London becomes in the next 50 years. Subscribe and continue the journey into the unseen forces shaping our world.